Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to make a miniature Death Note keyring. Now you can open this up and it's got lined pages in for you to write the names of anybody who you don't like. Okay? It's very simple, you can get it done within about an hour and you only need a few simple supplies. So this tutorial on how to make a miniature Death Note keyring. To make a miniature Death Note, the things that you're going to need are this little book thing. I don't know what it's called or where I got mine from, but it originally pictures of cats in, so if you have one, use that. If you know what they're called, also let me know please. You're also going to need just some lined paper. The closer the lines are together, the better it's going to look. You'll need just some black card, you will need a very small amount of it. Some white paint, any sort of paint will do, you only need a tiny bit, and a paintbrush obviously. Some scissors or a knife, whichever you find easiest to use. Double-sided sticky tape. The thinner it is, the easier it will be for you to make. A ruler. Optional, some Mod Podge. It's just a type of glue which seals it off. If you are going to use it, a glue spreader, and for an extra touch, very fine sandpaper, just to polish off a little bit, and obviously something to work on. So that's everything you need. Okay, the first thing you're going to want to do is measure the inside bit. If you can tell, it's indented slightly, so you have to measure the size of this square, and then mark it out on your dark paper. I don't know if you can see that, but I've already marked mine out, so go ahead, cut that out. And then see how well it fits. It fits pretty well. Mine has this little flap which I'll need to cut a tiny little groove in for. I'm just going to mark it off, and then I'm going to use a knife for this bit. So if you're using a knife, use a cutting mat. Just a tiny little notch out there. And we'll see how well that fits. Pretty well. You can see it just fits inside the grooves there. The next step you're going to do, you're going to take the little piece of card you just cut out and paint Death Note on it with the white paint. Okay. It might be useful if you have a reference, so this is what I've got. It's the collector's edition DVD, so what I've done is written it out very faintly in pencil, first of all as a guide, so hopefully I don't go wrong. You're going to want to use the smallest tipped paintbrush you can find and just paint it out. Just remember to take your time. And there you go, that's your front page to your miniature Death Note. So you can put this aside for now. I'm going to start on the next stage, which is making the pages to go inside. For this you'll need your lined paper. You could draw extra lines on there to make it a bit smaller, but I'm not going to bother. Again, you're going to want to measure the inside of it and cut out a load of pieces of paper, so we'll try to get that out. Remember to leave room for the hinge. And there's one page. So cut out a load of them. They don't need to be exact, but it just looks a bit prettier. But I'm not going to bother today. And there we have the inside pages of our mini Death Note. The next step is attaching all these pieces of paper together. This step you're going to be attaching all your pieces of paper together, so you'd use your double-sided sticky tape for that. What you need to do is take a really thin slice of it off. Very thin. Put it on the edge of one of your pieces of paper. And peel that off. And peel the back off of that. There we go. And then attach that to your next piece. Okay? And then it should open up, but stay together. Okay, you're going to want to do this in 2 piles. You're going to want to do separate ones. So you'll have one on the left side and one on the right side of your book. So just split it off, doesn't have to be even, and then make more of these. Main thing to remember is just take small slices. If you're on the edge of one you've been working on, peel it off, attach the next one, and just repeat that. And fairly soon you'll see it taking form. It looks good. Just slow and steady. Okay, what I've done is started the second part because I'm going to build these up evenly because I'm not sure if I'm going to use all these, so I don't want one really thick bit and one really thin bit. Okay, every so often you might want to check, make sure it still fits in, because it fills up pretty quickly and you don't want it to be too full, otherwise it'll be able to figure out. So every so often just see how it's looking inside, and then like me, I just load them up. Once you've got your pieces together, just see how well it fits inside. I think they're pretty nice. So you'll notice that it's probably a little rough around the edges. Just neaten that up a little bit with a knife. You will notice that because of all the tape in there, it will be a little bit slippery. So just be careful with that. Okay, they're nice and even now. And they fit inside nicely, and the clasp locks in place. Next step you're going to do is just attach those pieces inside. Really simple. You just have 2 pieces, you tape one on that side, one on that side. Okay. A little bit of double-sided sticky tape, put it on the back, peel it off, and then put it as far back as you can. And there you go, that's one side of the Death Note. And with the other one, do the same. Sticky tape on the back, peel it off, make sure you got it on the right side. And there you go. Your Death Note is almost complete. You can have note, you can write names inside. Nice. Alright, the final step, putting the front cover on. Okay, now's the time where you add your cover onto the front of it now. There's 2 ways of going about it. You could use your Mod Podge, put a layer on there, let it set, put another layer on, put that on, and then paint it on. The other way is use your double-sided sticky tape, put it on the back, and then attach it. And that's what I'm going to do, but I'm going to seal it off with a bit of the Mod Podge to give it a bit of a glossy look, and it'll protect it a little bit. So cut a bit out, stick it on, peel it off, and put it on there. Okay, so lining it up and just pop it inside. Okay, and that could be done. You've got it now. At that time I'm going to seal it off. So take a bit of the Mod Podge and use your glue stick. Just take a tiny little bit then wipe it on. This will give it a bit of a shiny look, as well as protecting it when it's in your pocket. Make it just last a bit longer. The more you put on, the better it's going to be. And don't worry, it does dry clear. And once you've got that coat on, just leave it to dry. Okay, after letting the glue dry for a little bit, it's set clear. Now, we could just leave it as that, but I'm going to sand it off just a little bit and polish it. So, a bit of a finer grit, just very smoothly. I don't want to take too much off, just a bit of the lumps which is left by the glue stick. And then a bit finer grip. Okay, and just to neat up a bit of the glue, I'm going to cut the excess off. And there we have a miniature Death Note finished. Okay. The only problem you're likely to run into while you're doing this is we have to find a metal case. But if you find one of them, the rest is easy enough. You can finish off in about an hour. So there you go. Miniature Death Note keychain. Thank you for watching.